Hey, what's up, y'all? Yo, my name is Charles,
This is Elijah.
and this is the Brooklyn Boyz Podcast, man. Yo, we had a great week of NBA games. We had a great week of NBA games. A lot of 2-2s. The only series that's not 2-2 is the Warriors and the Grizzlies. But every series has been competitive. Even that series going through the wire. And yeah, we got a lot of games on the slate. What series you want to start off with?
We can start off with the Grizzlies and Warriors.
Grizzlies and Warriors. Game 3, there was the injury. Game 3 was the explosion I knew the Warriors would have. You know.
Yeah, they would do.
Yeah, they would do. Like when the thing about the Warriors is that like they shoot threes, they're able to catch up and have leads, and then they're just gonna be some nights on the floor that you're not gonna score 140 points. You know, like, and it's tough. Freaking Steph Curry had 30, Klay Thompson had 21. You know, you have Jordan Poole had 27. I'm telling you, Jordan Poole is gonna be that next dude, bro. But yeah, and then Ja got hurt. Tough.
Yeah, for the Warriors, you got great outputs from Kuminga too. He had 18 in only 18 minutes. Andrew Wiggins had 17. You got 13 from Otto Porter, who's been huge as coming off the bench, hitting big-time threes and just hitting open shots. And for the Grizzlies, you know, it was really just
and
Ja.
off of good percentages, too.
For the Grizzlies, it was really just Ja. Desmond Bane still dealing with that back injury. Yeah, it's tough for the Grizzlies, honestly.
Only other person who putting other double-digit effort is Jaren Jackson Jr. and D'Anthony Melton. But let's go to game 4. Game 4 was not as fun. You know, it was like one of those games of attrition. Like both teams were missing a lot. Both teams what's his face? Yeah, both teams wasn't really making their shots. It was like 58-50 in like the third quarter, you know, and they really started picking it up. Jared Jackson played well this game. He played well this game. He had 21. Again, Bane was struggling, but you had Steven Adams who was really impactful on the boards.
Yeah, this is his first game back off of COVID.
Oh, he had COVID?
Yeah, this is his first game back off of COVID.
I thought they wasn't trying to play him because okay.
Yeah, COVID. Kyle Anderson gave you 17. Tyus Jones started this game because of Ja's injury. He gave you 12. He gave you 19. Dylan Brooks had 12, but he wasn't breaking all game. You go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This was like a no-go. Like if you wanted to like show the top, these are the top two teams, and this seemed like a Pistons versus what's another shitty team? A Sacramento game, you know, but it was a battle of attrition, and then like once the fourth quarter hit, you know.
That's funny you say that because after the game, Steph Curry said we played like the Kings.
He does?
He said that after the game.
Oh man.
For the Warriors, it was really, like you said, it was a brick show, and then Curry got hot in the fourth, and that's what really won them the game.
He scored. How much he scored in the fourth?
16.
He scored 16 in the fourth, and he had what's his face? Yeah, he scored 15 in the fourth. He had. That's still 17 going to the fourth. It's not bad, but it's not like
for the amount of shots he was taking, it was bad.
Yeah.
Klay. I'm worried about Klay. I'm not gonna lie.
You are?
Because
you don't think it's a good night?
Because a lot of Klay is the more they play, the worse he's looking. And I think it has to do with, you know,
his
of
legs.
course conditioning and stuff like that. But it's also like, yeah, it's getting tougher. You can see it's getting tougher for him defensively.
He did mention that.
Every open shot he's breaking. Like usually seeing
it's
Klay,
automatic.
Yeah, and he's just missing. So I think the series is over. I don't think Ja's coming back for Game 5. It doesn't sound good. And whoever they play in the next round, I think is going to be really tough for Klay.
Really tough for Klay?
Yeah, I think it's going to be really tough for Klay.
Do you see a possibility of him coming off the bench?
No.
Jordan Poole?
No.
Okay.
No. They'll just start all three of them, like they did to start this series. The next series we could talk about is this one is tough because everything is close.
The two teams that could face them if the Warriors win. Yeah, I see the Warriors going into 6. I see the Warriors winning in 6.
I think it's 5.
You think it's 5?
I don't think Ja comes back game 5, and I think it's over in Memphis. You had them winning in 5 originally.
Yeah.
We could Suns Mavs. Both these games were in Dallas. Dallas needed to win game 3 because they was on the verge of being down 3-0.
Yeah.
Um,
Great shooting from Dallas.
They got Chris Paul in jail right now.
What's his face? Was this the one where Luka didn't have the great game? Which one did Luka explode for the next game?
No, Luka had a good game in this one. He had 26, 9, and 13. Jalen Brunson stepped up. Jalen Brunson came back, and he played like he was playing Utah again. He had 28. You got great efforts basically just great efforts from everyone.
Maxi Kleber, especially when he was doing. But
Dorian
I'm talking
Finley
about the
Smith. Luka didn't have a good game 4.
Okay.
Dorian Finney-Smith had 14. Reggie Bullock had 15.
With good defense too. Dorian Finney-Smith has been. Like, I know Jalen Brunson can be up and down sometimes, or Jalen Brunson, like, attacks the basket, but I think Dorian Finney-Smith, for what he brings offensively and defensively, I mean, he doesn't really have a lot in his arsenal, right? He just shoots a lot of threes and stuff like that, but he gets in position and then, like...
He just works hard, basically.
And he'll defend the leading ball carrier, or the one who's getting hot.
Now, we have to talk about Frank Ntilikina. I know it's 0 on the stat sheet, but he came in and
he was able to
put the
defend.
clamps on Devin Booker. Devin Booker was struggling all night from Frank Ntilikina's defense. And it really showed that, hey, this dude, he may not give you nothing on offense, but he'll stop your team's best player or make it difficult for them.
Like in France, he's like... Well, French people have tendency of just making one-sided players.
Chris Paul...
Evan Fournier, too.
Chris Paul, he struggled tonight. Basically, it was just a game where the Mavs came out hot and they just showed a great fight. So in game 4,
and I don't think what's his face? I think in this series, I think DeAndre Ayton, even though he's been better than what we think DeAndre Ayton can be, I think he needs to be better. You know,
he just looked lost out there. Game 4 especially was the first time where I saw DeAndre Ayton just look lost defensively. Like he really didn't know. They was running sets where he really didn't know what was going on, and it was a lot of people weird just getting him. Yeah,
there was a lot of people getting past him.
It was almost like he was Rudy Gobert. It was weird. You know. For game 4, this was basically the Mavs just was hot from 3. Like
Bertans,
Finley Smith had 8 threes.
I thought he was 7.
7 threes actually. Okay, I think he had an N1. He had 7 threes.
That's crazy. Like the thing is that Luka is so good and he bullies everybody. Like if he's not stronger than the defender, he'll probably just have like a better step. And then on guards and stuff like that, he just bullies them down. Who was the dude he was dominating? Payne. Like every time he got Payne minutes and they was just switching them. Barbecue chicken, you know, like Chris Paul. They've been hunting him for Chris Paul. To get barbecue chicken, and it's not like Jay Crowder can hold him. Mikal Bridges can't even hold him, and if so, they're always being involved in the switch.
They don't have enough weight.
Yeah,
Mikal doesn't have enough weight to guard him.
Cam Johnson doesn't have enough weight when he does it. Ayton is just he doesn't have the time to get there. He's the one that be getting FaceTime when he does make the threes.
Chris Paul in this game for the Suns in game 4 was in foul trouble most of the night. He actually fouled out midway through early on in the fourth quarter, I think. And
I think him it was very stupid fouls, like 9 thing fouls. Like a couple of them was
tough too. Like
the foul where he was dribbling in front of Brunson.
Yeah,
I feel like that's something he's used to, but that's a foul.
That's an offensive foul.
When he was trying to get the rebound and who was trying to get the putback?
Brunson. That wasn't a foul. His last foul. That wasn't a foul on him.
When he had the ball, not the when he was like this?
Yeah, that's not a foul.
That was a foul.
That wasn't a foul.
That was a foul.
It wasn't him. That wasn't him. That was Ayton that fouled Brunson. It wasn't him.
That was Ayton that fouled Brunson?
Yeah, it wasn't him.
Okay, I have to see it again because it's like
Yeah,
I saw the wrist, I saw the hand on the wrist, and he went up, and I was like, okay, that's call.
That wasn't a foul. Mm-mm. That was a bad call. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and the calling, the refereeing, the officiating has been bad all series. Like I think across all things. I think
that's just NBA refs.
Yeah, it hasn't been consistent. Like sometimes you want them to play physical, they will play physical, but then everything is TT, and TT, like in everything there's no consistent whistle.
Yeah. And also in this game, a fan put their hands on Chris Paul's mom.
Deadass.
Well, the way the Mavericks described it was he was trying to hug her
on Mother's Day.
Yeah, and it was just like,
wait, that was yesterday, right?
No, it was Mother's Day.
Yeah. On Mother's Day?
Yeah. So that also happened. So Chris Paul just had a really rough night that day.
Come on, bro.
Just had a really rough night.
Come on, bro. Why would y'all attack someone's moms, bro? Come on Mother's Day?
The next series we have is...
I'm not saying do it on Father's Day, but on Mother's Day?
The next series we have is a series that both of us thought was over with. The Heat and Philly. But Joel Embiid came back.
Came back. I think they actually got a suspension or they got a fine. I think he's fined by the league or something for saying that he wasn't going to come back.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
But Joel Embiid definitely changes the presence in this game. Joel Embiid, he got his usually 20 and 10, and it was looking like Miami was going to pull it out because team of attrition, they were doing better. But James Harden.
Wait, hold on, no. Don't talk about that yet.
Well, okay.
Don't talk about Game 4 yet. We're going to get to Harden. Game 3 was really the Danny Green show.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Danny Green hit 7 threes.
Finally.
And we know Danny Green is hit or miss, and he hit 7 threes.
Yeah.
And B came back his first game back. Obviously, he struggled a bit, still learning how to play with the mask, and still not trying to do too much where he injures himself again.
Yeah.
He had 18 and 11. For Miami, they couldn't make a shot. Kyle Lowry, I don't even understand why he came back to play. He went out there and he had 0. And it was just like, why are you even playing? And then even after the game, when they asked him, how's your hamstring? He was like, this is something that anyone wouldn't play on. And it's just like, bro, then why are you
playing on it? Like, right. And they have so much depth and stuff like that. And I want to see VO get more. I know he didn't have his best output. He did better. I mean, he had a better scoring output, but nothing was going in the basket if he wasn't getting fouled type thing. Nothing was going in the basket for this team. I'll take this back, right? Me personally. I always don't like to be on Jimmy Butler.
He's showing up. I got to take that back, too. Jimmy Butler's showing. He's the only one that's showing up. Bam.
He's doing Bam things.
Bam, yeah, this is...
Not the Game 3. Game 3 was a bad game.
No, I think both games were bad games from Bam. Because he wasn't aggressive at all. Like, he got... I think he had 17 Game 4, and I know we're skipping ahead, but it was a 17 off of, hey, I'm going to tip it in, or, hey, someone's going to... Jimmy Butler's getting double, they're going to throw me the ball. And he doesn't even look at the basket.
When we go to Game 4, I'll say the thing over that. I think, not only with this game, I think Game 3 showed Joel Embiid's presence not only on the offensive end, catching the block, but his presence on the defensive side. Like a lot of things what Miami likes to do, like they'll shoot threes, but Jimmy Butler comes out of nowhere, shoots it. This is a team where PJ Tucker doesn't shoot, pump fake, boom. Bam catches it on the wing. Someone tries to cut, boom. Like there's a lot of people that is centered towards the basket, and if you got that big ass motherfucker named Joel Embiid on the court, like there's no room to do that. So on top of it being a bad shooting night, and
they can't make a 3.
Yeah,
they literally just can't make a 3.
Tyler Heroes has been struggling. I think it's because Tyrese Maxey. I mean, not Tyrese Maxey. What's that nigga? Matisse Thybulle.
No, he's just missing. Tyler Hero's literally just missing 3s. Like Matisse Thybulle.
No. I know.
Matisse Thybulle isn't even guarding him. Matisse Thybulle most of the time has been on Jimmy Butler.
Matisse, the things obviously was
he guards him when Jimmy's not in the game, but when Jimmy's in the game, Matisse is on him, and Danny Green's on Tyler Hero. And he's just missing open shots. Like I don't know what's going on with the Heat. They're gonna have to play Duncan Robinson. because they need someone.
I wonder why they don't play Duncan Robinson
because
in the
they have
first
Victor
place.
Oladipo.
Yeah.
They have the problem with Miami is the
But,
good
like,
thing about Miami is they have a bunch of really good players, but the bad thing is they have a bunch of really good players. So someone's not gonna play.
But the thing is, like, especially with this game, it's just like you're doing that shitty from 3, and you don't put 1 minute in Duncan Robinson. Like it gives me like really Malcolm Butler. Like, I don't think he's in the doghouse. Like, what could he have possibly done?
He doesn't. They're more worried about him defensively than they are about him making threes. So it's just they got to figure out. So for Game 4,
because Harden will dust him. Even a bad Harden will dust him.
Game 4, the Heat, Philly really was controlling this game for the most part. Every time Miami was every time Jimmy Butler was trying to come back in the game, Philly would hit a big shot. Yeah, like you could talk about Bam, but for me, Bam had 21, but it wasn't an aggressive 21. It was just a, hey, I'm open right here, and I'm just gonna shoot it. Like even when Joel Embiid's not in the game, and he has dudes like Tobias Harris or I think their backup center is Frank Reed or something like that.
Reed, yeah,
he gets the ball at the free throw line, and instead of looking at the basket, he's looking for where the
cuts are
going
to be. Yeah, okay.
To pass the ball. It's just like this is the problem that Bam has every year in the playoffs, where it's just he's not aggressive.
I think the thing with Bam, I think Bam is a top center in the league. I think Bam is one of the best centers in the league. Great defensively. Great all-around player. But I think what gets lost and what people perceive what Bam is, like, yeah, he could probably shoot the mid-range, but it's not the consistency, especially like the higher level of competition that you see. It's like, you know how people just do hezzy tween, like, shoot at the logo type thing in the regular season, and then when it's get competition, it's like more pin downs, more screens to get you open because this is when the real competition starts. I think Bam isn't that number 2 guy in scoring. Like, he give you 20, but based on like systematic cuts, I'm here.
But the problem I have is I think he can be that. He just doesn't do it. Like,
yeah, I think he can.
Yeah, he's
but
just not
he just
aggressive.
doesn't practice it.
But
that's a part of him.
I think he practices it in the regular season though.
Yeah,
he just doesn't do it in the playoffs.
But what I'm saying is like he's not. I'm not saying he's not at that level. Like, he's not at that comfortability. Because you know how people play different. Like, oh, yeah. And it's just, like, probably for Bam, it's, like, within the system or...
Shoot. Well, he's going to have to snap out of that because he needs... If you have Tobias Harris guarding you on a post, instead of looking at the basket, you look for Kyle Lowry at the top of the key. It's just like, bro, you gotta be aggressive. Like, the team is at its best when you're aggressive. Like, he doesn't... I think he should be their best player. He's a top center, yeah, all in all, but you can't be a top center and when you get the ball, you don't know what to do with it. Instead, you're just looking for the next pass and not looking at the basket.
I mean, is Gobert not a top center?
He's a top center, but he's not like a... He's
one-sided.
Yeah, he's not like we need him. You know what I mean? Like, it's Bam has a lot, like... He's a top center, but he's not in the Embiid, Jokic. He's like Embiid and Jokic are up here, and then Bam is like right here. Like there's a big drop off between the two.
Cat will be in his own.
And Cat is in like the middle of that.
All right.
So it's tough, man. And we finally got the game that we was waiting for. We finally got the James Harden game.
James Harden, and it wasn't even that impressive
until the fourth quarter.
It was like James Harden was missing. Miami was in control. Like, they would, like... James Harden, man.
He went off in the fourth quarter. He showed
up. How much did he have?
31.
He had 31 and 9.
But most of that came... I think he had 15 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So it's just like... He finally showed up. Now,
ridiculous.
Do you think this is he's back, or do you think this is
I think it's a one-time thing.
But
the thing with James Harden, that was the thing, too. Like, that's a James Harden thing. Because there's some times where it's just... Hey, bro, it's going to fall in. It's going to fall in. Mm-hmm. So, him doing that, like the way how he got that, that's a James Harden thing. Because he would turn up in the fourth quarter. He would just be like, all right, I'm making these shots bomb. But then, Embiid coming back, having that big presence in the paint again. I love Joel Embiid just being a monster. Who else was it? Everybody was in double
Everybody
digits.
had a good game.
Everyone was double digits in the
Gorgie Niang, who's been struggling from three, finally hit shots.
Stroke.
For Miami,
finally, freaking Danny Green has been shooting shots.
Yeah, we'll see.
But
how long that lasts.
besides the last game,
we'll see how long that lasts.
This is the best string of games that Danny Green has had. Didn't he dunk? No,
I don't think so.
No, that was in the Toronto series. That's way back. But yeah.
For Miami, they're gonna have.
Jimmy Butler tried.
They're gonna put Duncan Robinson. They're gonna have to put Duncan Robinson in because you need shooting. You need more shooting.
Yeah.
You need someone that can make a three. Their best 3-point shooter right now is Jimmy Butler, and he doesn't shoot threes.
Yeah, that's crazy. Jimmy Butler I can't be mad at Jimmy Butler, man. He had 40. Yeah. He had 40 and 6. 3 rebounds.
He's giving his all.
It's tough.
For the last series, we're gonna talk about the Celtics and the Bucks. This is easily for me been my favorite series.
In a minute.
Game 3.
In a minute.
Both games were similar. The difference was Jason Tatum. Game 3.
I didn't get to. I had a job meeting at Game
3 basically was Tatum had one good play, and that was his dunk on Giannis. I think it came in the first half. Other than that, he was struggling all night. I think he was 2 of 16 or 2 of 18 from the field. Wesley Matthews really played amazing defense on him. Giannis was Giannis.
Well, Wesley Matthews has been decent.
Doing great defensively. Jaylen Brown, he finished the game with 27, but he struggled the first three quarters, and then the fourth quarter that he really turned it on. For the Bucks,
Al Horford, bro.
Al Horford has been great. Al Horford has been absolutely amazing. He helped get the Celtics back in the game because they was down by 14 to start the fourth quarter. They only scored 17 in the third. The Bucks scored 34 in the third.
I got back around like couple minutes left, and that fourth quarter. I was there for the fourth quarter.
That man Giannis, he had 42, 8, and 12. He was incredible in Game 3. Brook Lopez had a double-double in Game 3. Drew Holiday had 25, but he took 31 shots to get that 25, which is, if you're the Celtics, you'll live with that.
Live with it.
And it really came down to Tatum just missing shots in Game 3. Like, if Tatum has, not even the game that he had in Game 4, if Tatum has
3 more shots,
hits even one more shot, they win this game.
And I saw the play of the free throw.
Yeah.
Like the back and forth in the fourth quarter, Giannis getting the and one. I think the booty bump from Drew Holiday, I wanted to say it's a foul as a Celtics fan, but it wasn't a foul. It was just a good booty bump. He wasn't strong enough.
I do think that the Marcus Smart play where he shot the 3, and they called it.
Yes, that's the thing. That should have been 3.
It's close though. I don't think it's a definitely that should have been 3. Because in real time, I thought that it was the right call because it did look like a swipe. It did look like the swipe play, but if you watch the replay, you have to watch it over and over again. And the Celtics didn't have a challenge, so it's just one of the things. It's tough.
That's crazy. That's a shot that almost cost us, and he put us in position to win.
Yeah.
Marcus Smart, 2 people I would say like, hey man, I was wrong. Jimmy Butler has been playing his ass off, and Marcus Smart has been the guy that I've been asking for, or the Celtics fan have been asking for, like general consistency, makes open shots, good playmaker, can defend, defensive player of the year, and he really showed that tenacity, and he put in the position to win. It was tip, and then Al Horford did it at the last second, but
the shot clock went off.
Yeah.
Game 4. This game was really Milwaukee until the fourth quarter. Giannis was being Giannis, and then he made one crucial mistake. He dunked on Al Horford.
He told Al Horford?
And he got him mad.
He was like, I'm Haitian. That's what he told him.
He dunked on Al Horford, and he got him mad. And the look on Al Horford's face after that dunk, it was like, okay.
Never in his life will Al Horford ever do this. But Al Horford saved the Celtics. Al Horford saved the Celtics, man.
Them. Milwaukee looked like they was about to. Milwaukee had the lead going into the fourth. They had a big lead too, and it was looking like it was gonna be
14,
over.
Right?
Yeah, no, I don't think it was that much. Well, they had a big lead. It was double digits, and Al Horford and basically was like, all right, he went on a 15-0 run by himself. And 15. Then, as soon as Al Horford started hitting shots, Jason Tatum started hitting shots. And Jason Tatum finally stopped settling for threes.
And he started
attacking the basket.
I was doing the three that he hit on George Hill, but he was getting busy. He was praying because Jason Tatum has these two modes, right? It's prima donna. It's like an ugly try to do James Harden step back, but then he gets in, he's able to hezzy, go in the basket.
Yeah, and remember that he's 6'9", 6'10", instead of
and he's built too.
6'4",
it's not like he's Kevin Durant type lanky. This dude is solid. He's just skinny. Who did he bang it on somebody? I know Al Horford did.
No, Al Horford.
I know Al Horford.
He didn't really dunk on Giannis.
Bro, if Giannis can dunk it, if Giannis can block it, and we assumed
he didn't really dunk on Giannis though.
If we could have assumed Giannis could have blocked it at any
I didn't assume that though. That wasn't a dunk on Giannis.
Hey, Al Horford.
That was more like when John Starks dunked on Michael Jordan. They was at the side.
You think really that fucking Mormon is gonna not say he dunked on Black Jesus?
But he didn't.
All right.
I mean, that wasn't a. I don't classify that as a dunk.
Yeah, you'd be like 1 for the Mormons, 0 for the Christians.
Yeah, that wasn't really a dunk on Giannis.
Nah, man, he got the and he gave the elbow.
Yeah, he did elbow him after though.
Yo,
and that definitely was on purpose. Basically, Al Horford got hot, and then everyone came along for the ride. Marcus Smart hit key shots in the paint the last couple minutes of the game.
He started bullying Drew Holiday in the paint. I was so surprised.
And he bullied Pat Connaughton on another one.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was, what's the other white dude?
No, it was Pat. It wasn't Grayson. Grayson wasn't in the game yet. Grayson has been struggling, too. He just has been... Basically, everyone other than Giannis... And actually, Brook Lopez has been a no-show for the Bucks.
Yo, you saw that block?
Nah.
When Brook Lopez... Who was... Someone was coming along the baseline to dunk it, right? It was a good sequence of plays. Boom, boom, boom. And so... It was Daniel Tice. It was... They were rotating, and then they came out of nowhere, and... Brook Lopez just stunned that hole, and that nigga made him fall on his back.
No, I didn't see it.
It was hilarious.
I don't know what's going on with Bobby Portis. I don't know why they're not playing him.
Yeah, I felt like that.
That's weird. Drew Holiday is
he takes too many shots. He's like Westbrook with great defense.
He's taken more shots than points he scored.
Yeah,
which is
his efficiency is off.
He's shooting more than Giannis, and it just... Yeah, the Bucks, this series... Honestly, this series should be 3-1 for the Celtics.
Should be 3-1.
But, I think that it's going to go 7. I think the home team is going to win the next 3 games. So I think it's going to be Celtics, Bucks, Celtics.
I think Celtics can pull out 2 straight.
I would lean more towards that, but I don't think
Giannis is gonna be.
I don't think that Giannis is gonna go out at home.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna pull it out at home.
Yeah, but this is the the wall, and I don't want to seem like this is stopping Giannis because Giannis is putting up averaging 34 and whether 13 or 14 with 6 assists. It's everyone else. The Drew Holiday has to come along. Connaughton has to make a shot. The person who I loved in the series, Grayson Allen, has to make his shots. So it's a combination. Giannis can't do this by himself. And with Middleton off the court, he's literally having to do this by himself.
Yeah.
So
and the Celtics missed 3 shots in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
They missed 3 shots in the fourth quarter.
What was it, 84%? We were 16 and 19.
That's crazy. I mean, you're not going to lose a game
if
you're only missing 3 shots in the fourth quarter. I guess we could talk about the other series wrap for their games. Game 5, tonight is Miami and Phoenix. I think Philly's gonna win tonight.
I think Philly's gonna win tonight.
I think Philly's gonna.
I think Joel goes off.
I don't think Joel's gonna go off though. I think.
You don't think so?
I think
you
it's
think
gonna
James
be.
Harden is gonna go
I don't
off?
think he's gonna go off either. I think it's gonna be just
Shooting?
a really balanced attack. Yeah. Because I don't think Miami's gonna let Embiid go off, and they're gonna double him a lot. And then people like Danny Green, Tobias Harris, and Tyrese Maxey are gonna just hit open shots.
They're at home. Now they're in Miami.
They're in Miami.
That's tough.
It's gonna be tough, but I think it's just too much leaning towards
Tobias is another guy who I've been like wrong about. I mean, he's just been consistent. Yeah, he's been really consistent.
Yeah, open shots. Phoenix and the Mavericks. I think Phoenix pulls it out. I think Phoenix wins tonight. I think Chris Paul has a bounce back game. But I think the Mavericks have found something though that works against them. But I think Phoenix is gonna do a more of a job of getting Ayton the ball and letting him dominate in the paint like they did in the first 2 games.
Ayton needs to I don't really get in there, motherfucker. But
he just has to look for the ball. He just has to be aggressive, really.
Aggression.
Yeah.
Especially inside the restricted area.
Yeah. But I do think Phoenix is going to win tonight.
In Phoenix, right? Phoenix is going to win tonight, yeah. Everyone's healthy, yeah, Phoenix is going to win.
And then we already talked about the Warriors. I think
Scott Foster, man. Hey, Scott Foster hate that nigga.
Scott Foster's calling the game tonight. I have the Mavericks winning.
Nah, because he was calling the Mavericks games, right?
I think he's actually calling the game tonight. I think he is.
That's crazy.
I think he is calling the game
That's
tonight.
crazy.
He didn't call any games last night. And the last game he called was Philly game.
Fun fact, I actually met Scott Foster.
Is he a nice guy? Did he come off as a nice guy?
He didn't seem... He seemed like... Yeah, I'm that guy. Type of guy. But not But I didn't know who the fuck he was. This is just random motherfucking white dude wearing an NBA mask. I'm like, bro, you work at the NBA? Yes. Oh, so it was just like, yo, what do you do? He's like, yeah, you must know me. I'm a referee. I just came from the Barclays. I'm like, oh shit. Yo, what's his name? Scott Foster. He did the what's his face? The Kobe Bryant finals. I forgot either 08 or 10.
I mean, Scott Foster is a well-known... in my opinion, if you're a known ref, then you're not... I wouldn't say you're not a good ref. You're not a likable ref if people know who you are. Nah,
I wouldn't say that because Ed Hockley.
I don't know who that is.
Really? The big muscular nigga from football?
I don't know who that is. Which is my point.
Who's a good referee people like? The black dude with the spotty moles. Exactly. Yeah, I don't know his name.
That's his name. Exactly. That's my point.
Ed Hockley's iconic. I don't know a lot of them. I guess. But I don't know him. I guess Scott Foster isn't good.
If people know your name, then it's just okay, why do people know your name? If you're a ref, no one should know your name. Unless you're you have a personality off the court or off the field. Yeah. But no one should be like, oh yeah, he's calling the game tonight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess so.
It's yeah, if Scott Foster's calling the game tonight, then I still think the Suns are going to win, but I think that he is going to be tough.
Scott Foster is undefeated. That nigga is undefeated.
Actually, Chris Paul won a game against Scott Foster.
When?
It was last year. He won a game against Scott Foster.
Alright. Well, that nigga has won in several games. Yeah. Ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, I think that's a wrap.
Yeah, that's a wrap. Thank you guys for hanging with us. Thank you guys for discussing ball with us. And see you guys on the next pod when the Celtics win, the next game.
Let's see.
All right.
All right.
See you, y'all.